Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. It is an incredibly dark and dreary day today. Everything is super dark, so I apologize about the lighting, but I mean, it's just as bad inside as it is outside. It is so incredibly dark. We are going through quite an intense rainstorm. They're calling it a bomb cyclone is what they're calling it. Or like an atmospheric river, which we've had before, which is basically where it's just like intense rain. So we have about the next 10 days have rain in our forecast. So I'm going to be doing a lot of inside projects over the next 10 days. And today I thought I would hang out in my office. I've got some candles burning. Once I stop talking, I'm going to put on some holiday music, and I want to do just a couple chores, just a couple tasks in my office today. The first one is addressing my dried herbs that I have right here. A couple months ago, I harvested some herbs that I was growing in my herb garden, and I dried them on this really cute flower and herb dryer that I actually got at the Greenery, a local garden center. And first of all, I love having dried herbs up in here. It gives it a beautiful smell, and every time you kind of walk by it, it gives a little waft of herbs, but they're totally dry, and I need to put them in jars and take them inside so I actually can start using them for cooking. So I want to do that today. And then, as you can see, I also brought my little mini tree out. And this is my pencil tree. It's a really small tree because this office is not a big area, and I don't have a ton of room to have like a full-size tree, but I still want that, and I want to decorate it in a gardening theme, which is 2 years ago is kind of what I did. Last year, I was a little out of commission because of my foot. I had injured my foot this time last year, and oh my goodness, getting anything done for the holidays was such a chore. So I didn't put a tree up in the office last year, but this year I definitely wanted to do it. And I have all my gardening themed ornaments, some that I've collected over the years, some that you guys have sent me, and then of course the ones that I sell on the Dig Plant Water Repeat shop. I have last year's ornaments, gardening themed ornaments, and then I also have this year's ornaments. But let's first get to, I don't even know what you call it. It's not harvesting the dried herbs, processing the dried herbs. I think process it. Let's get to processing the dried herbs. So here's my office. I feel like I haven't brought you guys in here for a while. There's my beautiful chandelier. Love it. I haven't brought you in here for a while just because I am always working outside. But now that the weather is kind of yucky, I will be in here. I feel like that's how it always is during the spring and summer, this office gets used like by Courtney, and that's it. That's her desk. She sits right there. And then in the fall and winter, I am in here just basically all the time. I think that's just the way it goes. So here are my herbs. Oh, first of all, I want to show you the only thing I have in my seed starting shelves right now are these tomato seeds that I am growing for my greenhouse. Tomatoes are daylight neutral, and so I am going to be trying to grow tomatoes in the greenhouse. I'm going to have a heater in the greenhouse just to make sure it stays the right temperature, but I'm really excited because they all came up. So these in the pink Bootstrap Farmer trays, these are the Sun Gold tomatoes, which I just think are the absolute best tomatoes for my area. Who knows how they'll do during the winter in a greenhouse. And then these are called Money Makers, which is just kind of like a classic big red tomato. These guys came up first. These were the very last to come up, and they are not looking good. I don't know what I did with that one, but that's okay. I really only need one of each of those. So those are growing really well under the grow lights. And then here is the herb and flower hanger or dryer that I got. I did find this on Amazon because I love it. I absolutely love it. If you guys have a local garden center that sells this, obviously get it from your local garden center to support them. But I will leave a link for it on Amazon if it's still there. And it's just such a fabulous gift to give somebody. So let's see, what do I have in here? I have parsley that didn't dry very well. I was kind of shocked. This one didn't dry very well at all. I have sage, thyme. I think this one's basil. Let me smell it. Yeah, that's basil. Basil, I had two different kinds of basil. So I think these are two different kinds of basil. And then I have rosemary over here. And what I'm going to use is I'm just going to use these jars right here. Just basic, nothing jars. I am not planning to keep these herbs for a very long time. I'm just planning to keep them until next season when I can start growing herbs again. And then the other thing that I'm going to be doing when I process these herbs is I'm trying not to crush them too much, because I read that if you leave the leaves intact while you store them and then you crush them right before you use them, that's when you're going to get the most oils and the most potency out of these dried herbs from your garden. So I'm going to go ahead. I have this table all filled with ornaments for the tree, but I'm going to kind of move some of them over, and then I will just put all of these in the jars just so I can get this out of the way and we can start working on the Christmas tree. So let me move these over so I have a little bit of room. And this is just twine, because some of these ornaments don't have little hooks or hangers, so I figured I would just use twine for that. So I think I'm just going to start with the sage and the thyme. I have a feeling I'm going to be making a mess. Okay. I don't think that's all gonna fit. So this is thyme. I'm sorry, I don't remember what kind of thyme it was. English, maybe? I got them all from Morning Sun Herb Farm, which is this garden center that's actually pretty close to me. And she sells all the kinds of herbs, all these different kinds of herbs, any type of herb that you can think of. Ooh, that smells good. I have to say, you know, basil is amazing. I love basil for summer, but thyme is by far my absolute favorite for fall and winter time. It just smells like Thanksgiving to me. So there's the thyme. Look at that, that looks pretty good. Honestly, I'm just going to sweep this onto the floor, because I know I'm gonna have to vacuum and sweep after this project anyway. So might as well just go with it. Okay, so this is some sage. I'm pretty sure this is purple sage. Ooh, this smells good too. So I probably could have processed these herbs probably like a month ago, honestly. I just didn't get around to it. But now on a rainy, gross day, this is an absolute perfect job to do. All right. Okay. Now we've got rosemary and basil. And then I don't think I'm going to store that parsley. I just don't think that I don't think it turned out very well. I don't think it dried very well for some reason. So I think I'll just toss this. To me, rosemary is definitely the most pungent of the herbs. I like rosemary. I like rosemary in certain dishes, but sometimes I think it just can overwhelm a dish. So I'm very sparing on the amount of rosemary that I use. I am making a complete mess. Look at my sweater. Oh my gosh, this is so strong. I am going to smell like rosemary all day. Okay, last one, basil. Now basil is known for not lasting as long as the other ones. I'll probably use it in something, maybe spaghetti sauce or something like that, but I'm not gonna expect much out of this. I think basil's a better one just to use fresh. It's just amazing to me how many really strong scented oils are still in all these leaves, even after drying for so long in here. There we go. Okay, let me clean up for just a second. Hold on. Okay, so mess relatively cleaned up. Still got a vacuum, but I'm gonna do that very last. So I have some homegrown herbs, which is really fun. So here's rosemary, probably my favorite for this time of year, thyme, and sage. That'll be amazing on Thanksgiving. And then, of course, basil. So that's fun. I'll take those all inside when I go inside. But now I want to start decorating my tree. I think now I can move this out of the way. So that's the real reason why I wanted to process those herbs. Now I won't bang my head. Okay, so let me show you the ornaments that I have. Let me get them kind of all separated out. So here's all the garden themed ornaments that I'm going to put on the tree this year in my office. First of all, I have all these white poinsettias picks. I think that that'll be really pretty. Like I said, this is not a big tree. It's probably only, I would say, 7 feet. And then if you can look at my hand compared to the width of the tree, it's just a very small, it's one of those pencil trees. So I don't even know if I'm going to need all of this stuff, but I did want one thing to kind of bring it all together. And I think these white poinsettias will do that. So I'm going to put those on, and then kind of over here are just some ornaments that I've collected over the years, some bird ornaments. I think my mom gave me this one. She loves these glass ornaments, bird ornaments too. My mom is a absolute bird fiend. She loves birds. She has birds all over, and her and my grandma both do bird Christmas trees. So a couple years ago, I did a bird Christmas tree as well, and I wanted to keep doing bird Christmas trees, but I kind of got sidelined or taken over here to the gardening world, which I've decided just to do garden themed Christmas trees with some birds to it. So I have this beautiful one here. I have this one. I know my mom gave me this one. This one's beautiful, beautiful monarch butterfly. Somebody, the cutest thing, they had I think it was a cat that kept knocking off all their ornaments, and this was just such a beautiful ornament. They didn't want to ruin it. So they sent it to me to hang on my Christmas tree. So thank you for that. I have these pretty glass ones. I think I got at World Market 2 years ago. I think that's what it is. Just really, really pretty bird stuff. Oh, and then someone sent me this one. Do y'all remember Lance, the owl that was supposed to scare away all the birds outside? I miss Lance. Lance fell over in a storm last year, and we lost Lance. But I still have Lance in ornament form, so thank you for whoever sent me that. Then these are the garden-themed ornaments that we have collected, Courtney and I have collected and curated for the shop. These are last year's ornaments. We had these cute seed packets. This came in a set. We also had sunflower ornaments. I have this one, and then I had one other one. I'll give you one guess of what happened to it. It was this cute little brown fuzzy thing that was just a baby at the time, and he got hold of one and completely demolished it. So I only have one of these sunflower ornaments left. That's okay. And then I do have these beautiful red tulip ornaments. And if you all don't know the story about the red tulip, I planted a whole bunch of pink tulips at my home, my last property, and red ones kept popping up. And instead of being upset, I ended up loving the red ones like the absolute most. And it's just kind of a theme now to have like that one red tulip in a sea of pink ones. And it just shows that like you can't control Mother Nature. I love it. So when I saw that they had these red tulip ornaments, I thought, oh, that's perfect. And then of course the trowel, because you can't be a gardener without a trowel ornament. And then I also, this year I found the fork ornament. And so these two go together. This is kind of a set. These two go together. And then, of course, the watering can. Oh, and then the pièce de résistance, the greenhouse. Isn't that just... Oh, I love it. These sold out so fast last year. We still have them, though. We still have them in stock. Isn't that just the prettiest thing? So I have 2 of them to put on my garden-themed Christmas tree, and I actually have one more for my inside Christmas tree just because I love that ornament so much. So anyway, all right, I'm going to set up the camera, and I'm going to turn on some Christmas music and just get to decorating the tree. You can see outside. Look at how yucky it is. I don't think it's raining right now, but man, any minute. Yeah, I'd rather be inside. things I love the most about putting the tree right there is that as I'm walking out to the office, that's what you see through the window. I love it. All right, all done. I think the gardening themed tree turned out beautifully this year. I'm really excited about it. It's so much fun. I always find myself, my favorite ornaments I want to put like front and center, but then they all get shoved in the front and center because this is the type of tree that they're all my favorite ornaments and I absolutely love them. I'm actually really proud of myself because a lot of times I'll put up Christmas decorations and it will like take over. It'll make it so like we can't eat dinner very well because I got stuff on the dining room. We can't watch TV because I have stuff in front of the TV, you know, and since this is a working office and we actually work in this office almost every single day, I'm proud of myself for keeping it contained, controlled in this small tree in the corner. I don't think it's going to bother anybody and we're still going to be able to sit at the table and work. So I love it. Make sure you check out the Dig Plant Water Repeat shop. I'll put a link to it down below so that you can get your hands on this year's gardening themed ornaments. I hope you all enjoyed this and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.